Okay, so I'm back on. Hopefully this is working. Test, test, test. Can anybody hear me? Oh my god, what a pain. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? This is a test. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello, test everyone. Okay, you can hear me. Wonderful. Alright, wonderful. Sorry about that, you guys. Not sure what happened. Alright. And I only got part of a screen here, so I don't know what that's doing either. Oh my goodness, what a night. Let's see if we can get comments up. Okay, well, that's doing something new. Facebook must have changed stuff or something. I only have you guys on part of a screen on the tablet. So we had our box. This is your bisque, your 2 small hats, your 1 large hat. You did get the glitter shakers and the glitter. You may want to put half of your tape, keep half the tape on there so it doesn't sprinkle out too much. Let's see if I can get comments up here. I don't know why I have only part of a picture here. Hold on, you guys. This isn't really working. Probably end up losing it or something. Okay, well, I guess we got to keep it the way it is. It's not changing. And then I did purchase these Mako flyers for you guys to have in your box as a reference. So it has the Mako Softies in it. It has the pearls, the No Fire Snow, the magic metals, the brush-on sealers, the silkscreen medium. Then we have our Dunkin' colors. We have our sparklers, our metallics, our thin and shade, brush-on sealers. There are no spray sealers anymore. And we do have the No Fire Snow. So I do carry all of that stuff. So if you guys ever want that, like I have it, just maybe keep it in a little file somewhere so you have it for reference. Then in your packet you also received our instructions. And then on the other side of the packet we have our, what's our content, what was in our packet. So your glitter and your glitter sprinklers were kind of the sprinklers were your extra for the month, and I did just order brushes for the next 6 months, so we will be having brushes for the next 6 months. And I need to get some paper towel. You'll be getting some dry brushes, but you'll also be getting 2 painting brushes, kind of, I would say they're specialty brushes. One is a comb brush, like for making fur. And the other one is it's a filbert brush, and I forget exactly what we're going to use it for, but you will be getting a brush in your box from July through December. And I did order them, and they verified that they had them, so hopefully that's all good. All right, I need to get my water because I put it aside so the cat wouldn't get it. I'll be right back. All right, so I got my water with my water bowl. So we're really not dry brushing these guys this time. We're just, okay, where's our comments? We're really just painting them, so they're going to go pretty quick. So we have, for all of our hats, we are going to paint the white and red striped areas with ash. So we will start with our ash, and I pulled everything apart already. So we have our ash, OS 567. So we're just using the ash instead of the rust because we have white and our red, and it's just going to make it easier. That way you don't have to line out your rust and your white. So we'll cover the white the ash with the white and the real red. So it's just a way to save a step with lining out. Alright, so then I'm going to grab use a flat or a round nylon brush. I'm going to use this flat number 6. And you guys did get these in your box, I think last year maybe? Alright, so I'm going to start with the little ones first. So we want to do wherever there's going to be red and white with our ash. Now the stars, you can just paint the navy over them and then paint the white over that. It's not that big of a deal. The top of the hat I did black, and then the rims I did black too. So rather than having to like line the white and the red areas out like that, we're just going to brush right over it and we'll do our lining with our colors. Now I do want to kind of line it out where my navy and my ash are going to meet. I don't want to be too messy with that. And then I want to brush back and forth so I don't have any ridges and puddles. So I'm just going to go along where the navy hat bands would be. And you guys can do these in any colors you want, any color combinations. You can make them all the same. I did them different just to give you guys different ideas with painting them. Not so much that you have to paint them all differently, like they can all be painted the same. I just wanted to give you different ideas on how to do them with the glitter, so that's why I did them all a little bit different, all three a little different. And then I do have a fourth one. Where is he? 1, 2. This hat was antiqued with our Donna's antique that was in last month's box, and we will antique. I'll antique one at the end so that you can see the difference with antiquing or not antiquing, and it makes it look a little more vintage or old with the antiquing on it. Oh, come on. The comments go away as fast as they pop up, you guys, here tonight. So hopefully everyone got their boxes. I was making slip and pouring and logging molds, and I kind of forgot about checking to see if everyone got their boxes or not. I know if you paid on Friday, you may not have your box yet, but that's just because it was paid late, and I have a later pickup then. So, but that's okay too. Patty says she reserved hers today. Great. So, those of you guys that got the firecracker set, make sure that you got the little firecracker flames that would have been in your content package, and then your dowels for your hearts and your stars, flags they're in that content packet at all. I don't think I missed anyone. And then your instructions are in that content packet at all also. So just make sure you guys all got them. If you didn't, just message me, but I'm pretty sure everybody did, but once in a while you never know. I got mine and plan on painting this weekend. Good. Been a busy week. Yep, it's always a busy week here. But if you guys are ever missing anything and anything's broke, like just send me a message, send me a picture if something's broke. And we'll take care of it one way or another. All right, well, right now I'm just painting my hats with ash, and I want to brush that out so I have a nice smooth surface. I don't want to have ridges and puddles. That's especially important when you're dry brushing, because then the dry brushes will catch on those ridges and kind of highlight them more, and we don't want to highlight them more because we don't want ridges where they're not supposed to be. So he's got his one nice coat of ash, and that looks like that's about all he needs. Oh, come on, comments. Let me see, I got mine. Oh, Cindy's already got 2 hats done. Go, they're just cute. Yeah, they really are cute, you guys, aren't they? I'm really happy with them. You could even like put foam in these guys and put picks in those and put those in your hats too. So they're pretty versatile. They're pretty versatile. You could use them for different things. If you have access to a kiln, you could you could glaze, clear glaze on the inside and glaze the outside, then they'd be food safe, and you could use them for little food containers for little treats or something for the 4th of July too. So they're just kind of fun. You guys wanted patriotic, and I thought, well, that's pretty patriotic. So I've started the stripes, the white stripes, and they're done. Well, that's good. So they're not a hard project. They're actually a really good beginner's project, or even a good kid's project. Because we're doing the glitter, like, it's pretty forgiving with the lines too. And then we do have the indents to help you in the mold. They're like, it's in the mold, like that's part of the mold, so that kind of helps you with the straight lines too. And then, of course, they work really well as frosty hats as well. All you have to do is put a wide ribbon over those stars and then kind of decorate it with frosty stuff. No, I got kind of sloppy there. You kind of don't want to do that. You want to kind of keep it nice and straight. Got to talking too much. But you could make them into Christmas hats as well. The biggest thing would probably be just to put a ribbon or a band around them that kind of hides the stars. But you could probably have like Christmas looking stars too, if they were silver and whatnot. But I did post a picture of one, and I just did it with what I had at the classroom. It wasn't nothing fancy, but like there's lots of frosty hats on Pinterest for ideas if that's something you'd rather do with it than the 4th of July thing. Alright, so I'm just making sure we got good coverage on here. And the ash covers really well, so, and that'll help our red and our white cover good. And it's just saving us time, so we don't have to line up out so much. Oh, come on. I've started the white stripes. All right. Good. Okay, so now we're going to go to our big one. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Just kind of line it out. Then brush that out. They'd be even cute, like, if I had time to do several of them, I could do them and sit them in my flower boxes outside. They'd be kind of cute out there too. They'd add lots of color to it. So I'm just using a nylon brush, so you want to use a nylon brush for painting instead of your boar bristle brushes. I know some people do use the boar bristle brushes for painting, but you get softer or less lines, I think, with the nylon brushes versus the boar bristle brushes when you're painting. The boar bristle brushes are really for dry brushing more so than painting. So I'm just brushing back and forth, brushing it out. I did add a couple of things to I think it was the July and the September album today. It's some of the Clay Magic stuff that I got the molds from on, I think it was Friday. And a few of them were pretty dry, so I was able to pour a couple of the things. So those are in the albums now, this July and the September one. There'll be more things added for sure to the September one. The July one I'll have to see here. It's getting kind of late. Like the month has really flown by. But I did add we did get the Clay Magic, the large holly tree that they released earlier. And then the modern lava tree, the first one that released, the smaller one. I have that one, and I just used the Clay Magic pictures because the greenware is wet yet. And I didn't want to put the tree onto the base and crash it. What else did we add? That was in the Christmas one. I need to add that Mrs. Santa to go with Mr. Santa. And those are the 14-inch Atlantic molds that I have. So they're a little bigger than the new release that Clay Magic did. Those are 8 inches. And then in the September album, I did add the Marshmallow Ghost truck insert, And then there was a gnome pumpkins for sale truck insert. I added that. And then the marshmallow ghost tree was in the album, but I actually had the wrong price on it when I figured it. Like I was just going back over prices, and I noticed that I had the wrong price, so I did correct the price. I had 53 on it, and it should actually be, I don't remember if it's 44 or 45, but I did correct the price on that. And I do have 2 molds of it, so you guys should be able to order. Whoever wants that should be able to order it. We should have plenty of time to pour plenty of them. What else did we put in there? Those ghost inserts, the gnome insert, the ghost tree. That may be all I added today. I'm not sure. I kind of think so. That ghost tree is really cute. So is that holly tree is just beautiful too. It's kind of more like a mantle or a windowsill tree. It's thinner, but it's a big tree. It's like 17 inches tall and 12 inches wide. It has a plain base or a holly base, and I have that all listed on the description, so you guys can see that. So I kind of tried to start that July album early, but now it's like it's July, and like I feel like I'm behind already, so I don't know. We'll have to see what we can do here. Is there anything else you guys would be looking for to have in the July album? I know I was going to try to do some more trees. Is there anything else you guys are looking for? Oh, there was one other thing that I put in the September album. So when I ordered the Clay Magic molds, I ordered all of those dripper candles. So I have all 5 dripper candles, and the large pedestal and the small pedestal. And then when I was at Marcella's, they showed me how you wire those, because I know a lot of people don't know how to wire those. So I did do them as a complete set with the lights, with the light cords, with the lights that you need to use for those. And then I will do color instructions. And so it's like a fall special. You'll see it when you go into the September album. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. And I do have it. I think there's $10 off on the price. But like the price is going to include your cords, 2 of the pedestals, and then all of the candles. So, and they are brand new molds, so they're not being poured from worn out molds. They're brand new. And I know they've been kind of popular. They've been on quite a few posts on Facebook, and people seem to really like them. But the big problem is the lighting of them. But I'm going to include the cord in the price special for the cord that you need for them. So that should solve that problem for everybody. All right, so I want to just make sure I have my ash covered really well. I'm not getting any new comments the way it looks. So if anybody has any questions about those those candles, you can. And I call them the drippers because it's the big dipper, the dripper, the little dripper, the 2 drippers, and the single dripper. I always want to call them dippers, but they're actually drippers with a DR. So they're the Halloween candles with the face on them. But I think Clay Magic did share a picture where they were painted as kind of Christmas candles too. But they are in the September folder or album, so that the molds can dry just a little bit more. But I did pour them for the picture so you guys could have a picture of them. And then we will also be having a brown bag special. I don't know if it'll be September or October. We'll have to see. I need about a week here to get situated with things. So So we're just getting our ash covered on here, just brushing back and forth, making sure we got nice, smooth, flat surface. I did not put in the Silver Falcon order yet because I'm still waiting for my income taxes to get processed. I did get a letter that everything's fine with them, but it's still going to be like 4 to 6 weeks before they send the final refund and stuff. So once I get that, I will have that order in too, because I have that all figured out what I want, and we have the we already had the samples made and everything, so that's all. That part of it's all done. It's just waiting for waiting to make sure my income taxes are not any errors on them, and they said there isn't. So, but I like to wait until I get the final letter in my hand. But I don't foresee any problems with that. So let's see what else is going on. I have all of your July molds are poured, cleaned, and almost all of them are fired. I have a load firing now, and I think I have one more load or part of a load of them to fire. We have all of your August molds are poured, cleaned, and fired, except for about, I think I have to pour them like 4 more times, and then we'll have enough of those. And that will be the seed packets, the Donna seed packets, the gourds, the pumpkins, and the sunflowers. So I think you guys will enjoy those. And then they have a little separate piece that comes with them. One has a little scarecrow, one has a little crow, and one has a little squirrel, so they're really cute. And now I'm just making sure that I don't have any little white spots here, and that looks pretty good. And we'll come back and check our little hats, make sure we don't have any white spots on them. And they look good, so I'm going to wash out my brush. Alright, so we have our gray on, so now we can paint our white and our red areas. So we have white and we have real red. Let's see if we can get these comments to come back up. Alright, so I think I will go with the, it don't really matter which one you do first, but I guess we'll start with the white. We have our OS 431 white, OS 431 white. I'm going to give that a good shake because it's been sitting here all week. And looks like we might have a plugged hole here. Get some white out. So we went from like 80-degree weather to about 50-degree weather. So Marcy says, at some point, can we talk about Johnson's wax? We sure can. So some people use the Johnson's floor wax to seal the inside of their pieces when they're going outside, especially if you don't have access to a kiln. And it's just like the Johnson's floor wax for like vinyl or linoleum type floors. And you just pour it inside your piece, swirl it around, and dump it back out. And I guess I didn't have to do the top because we're doing them with black, but that's okay because I already did it. So that's really all there is to using the Johnson's floor wax. That's like a very old-timers way of doing it if you don't have access to a kiln. I actually use the Thompson's water sealer for clay and tile for things that may not have been glazed that are going outside, but you still want to bring those pieces in for the winter if you're in a freeze-thaw area. Like the ceramics just don't like that freezing and thawing going on. With the tile, with the Thompson sealer or the Johnson's floor wax, picture is all broke. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, I don't know what picture is all broke. I don't know what you mean, Marcy. Sorry. When I look at the thing, it's okay now. Okay, maybe you're just having trouble with the internet streaming. So the Johnson's wax is just the liquid Johnson's floor wax. You pour it inside your piece, swirl it around, dump out the excess, and let it dry. And you would do the same thing with the Thompson's water sealer for clay and tile. There are different types of Thompson's water sealer. Some of them, one of them is for your buffering. Oh, yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, it looks really good on my screen. So, we do have storms going on here. Like, we're rainy out. So, it just may be a bad night for class. I don't know, because we didn't start out very good. So the other Thompson water sealers, like there's one for wood and there's one for concrete, and there's just different ones. There's one for all surface. I tend to get the one that's for clay and tile. So hopefully the internet clears up and we get through the night here. But I'm just outlining my stripes like every other stripe with my white, and then the other one I will do with the red. And you can see that the white covers very well over the ash also. And so our red will cover really good over the ash too. It's kind of works like the rust does, so if you wouldn't have rust time, so far it's good here. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because mine, my tablet that I have on the table here, like it's showing that it's really good. Like I said, it is cloudy and kind of rainy out a little bit, so I'm not sure, maybe that's part of the problem. But I'm just carefully painting my stripes on my hat. These guys were really a pretty simple thing to do. I did post a sneak peek of the July box, which, excuse me, is a Creative Paradise Snow Angel. And the halo like to pour with holes in it, so you will not get the ceramic halo, but you will be getting, it's good here, okay, that's good. You will be getting a star tinsel type garland that we will use as the halo for our snow angel. And then I'm working on something to put on the belly yet. So, and then we will probably have some glitter to go with it. And then you will also be getting, your featured item will be a paintbrush, which I'll see when they're actually, when I actually get them here. They should be coming, I would think, by Saturday. So there will be, between July and December, you'll be getting a 1 flat, a 1 round, a number 3 flat, a number 3 round, the comb brush, which is for making fur, and then there's another specialty brush in there, and I forgot which one it is. So those will be your extras for your July through December boxes, will be brushes, a brush in each box. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. I was hoping to have the silver falcon brushes by now to get possibly those as an extra, but that's just a long process to get your own brushes made with your own, with picking all your own stuff and all that hand done stuff. So once the order goes in, it's probably going to take another 90 days yet to get them. So I'm hoping to get the order in here in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So, all right, so we're just doing our stripes. We're doing it with our white, just our plain white. I'm trying to kind of be careful so I don't have to fix too much with the red. I'm only going to the far as the top. I'm not doing the top. If you wanted the top white, you could do the top white. That's kind of up to you. I did mine with the black. I mean, these could be done so many different ways. It's kind of up to you what you want to do with them. So. for your glitter shakers, like you can dump the glitter out of them and then like put a different color in, and so like you can use it for other colors too, just by dumping your glitter back into a container and just switching out colors. That way it's more useful for you guys. But I always enjoyed having those glitter shakers. It really makes it nice to put the glitter on. But I do like to put like a piece of tape over half of it so that too much glitter doesn't come out. I'd rather have less come out than too much. So I'm just using a flat brush to do my outlining here on my edge of my stripes. I kind of like a flat brush for that better than a round one, so that's just kind of personal preference. We'll probably have to do 2 coats. And so I'm just kind of resting my little finger on my hat and then pulling the brush towards me. Normally I would do that on my lap, but you guys wouldn't be able to see it if I did it on my lap. Alright, do we have any comments going on here? So again, I'm just grabbing a little bit of white. I just pick one of my stripes to start with the white, go up against the blue band, and try to be kind of neat with it so we don't have too many colors all over to straighten out. If you didn't want to paint the stars on, you could probably buy like silver or white stickers, star stickers, and you could place those over your stars if you didn't want to paint them. But right now we're just outlining filling in our white. And I am using a flat brush just because that's just what I like. And so we're just getting one coat on each little stripe here. And you just got to keep moving it so you can get the brush on it, and it's usually nice when you're it's easier to pull the brush towards you than away from you when you're painting. And so for some reason I like to start with it next to the band instead of the other way. I'm not sure. It really doesn't matter. It's just kind of what I see that I'm doing here. But I am resting my little finger on the hat there so I can kind of have a steady hand. Try to keep my lines kind of straight. And I'm just going right in that groove, kind of that indented line that is in the mold that shows where the stripes are. And if you paint the hat black and like decorate it for Christmas, you really don't notice those stripes. I thought about doing like sealing it with matte sealer and then brushing gloss sealer on every other one to kind of give it like that tuxedo stripe look to it. So you could do that too. You could put any kind of like ribbon around the hat, even 4th of July ribbon if you have it, instead of the glitter. I think if they were glazed, they'd make cute little table decorations for serving. Like you could have little Jello shots in them or something, and little candy treats. If you have access to a kiln, that would make it food safe. So it looks like I need it to come up a little bit further. So even on the top, there's like a little indent. Looks like I need to come up a little bit further here. So we'll come back and touch that up. Probably have to do that with the other one too. Kind of forgot about that little indent on the top of the hat. So it kind of just comes over the top a little bit. All right. So there's just a little, there's like a little indent just like there is on the sides of the stripes. So you want to make sure you come up over the top a little bit. These are kind of fun little guys because you're just painting them instead of dry brushing. You could dry brush them if you wanted. I thought you guys might get a kick out of not dry brushing once and doing something else. But you could dry brush them too. But kind of with all the glitter, we really didn't need to dry brush them and get all that shading on them. Just getting that little lip up there, and we can always straighten that inside out with the straighten that up with the black when we do the black on top. I'm just using a flat nylon brush, nothing fancy. It's a size 6. If you don't have a flat one, you can certainly use a round one. All right, so we'll let that one dry. See, they're so smooth, they may be hard to dry brush. Yeah, I mean, they would be a little hard because they're so smooth, but you certainly could. All right, so now we're going to go to our hat, and I just pick one. It doesn't matter which one that I want to start with my white. I just figured with all the glitter we were doing, we really didn't need to go through all that work of dry brushing and then cover it up with glitter. Trying to get right in my line there so you guys can see without my hand in the way. Now, if you wanted, you could switch to a larger brush for this larger area, but since I have the paint in this one, I'm just going to stick with this one. And then just brush it a little bit and brush it out. So you could have your hat sitting up or sitting down. Like you could have it this way and have your arrangement in it. Or you could have it sitting this way, you know, with the rim down on the hat, just as kind of your centerpiece or decoration on a shelf. We want to brush that out so we don't have any ridges. And we got to get our, again with this one, it comes around the top a little bit, so I just want to get right up to that indent that's there. And I'm just being kind of careful so I don't have to do a lot of touch-ups. So there's one done. And just keep going right around. If you had a little assembly line, like you could get a ton of these done. Like they're pretty easy to do. I know someone that actually used all of these for centerpieces on their wedding tables, their reception tables. So that was kind of cool. And they had the firecrackers and all that stuff. That kind of goes with it. Hard to believe it's only like 2 weeks away from the 4th of July already. Oh, so I posted yesterday that I was to Hirschner's to the warehouse sale. So Hirschner's it's like a mail order type catalog, and it's probably, they probably ship to all the countries and nationwide, but they do a lot of needle crafts, like crocheting kits and needlepoint kits and cross stitch kits, and they actually do puzzles. They do paint by number things, like the paint by number things are kind of back in style again. They have the paint by number stuff. They do the sequins and the beads and things on pictures. So they have kind of a little craft market, but their big thing was always kind of like the crocheted Afghans and things, cross stitching or counted cross stitch. And so twice a year they have a sale, like a warehouse sale, and it's in Stevens Point, which is just an hour away from me. And so it's always kind of been a big deal, and always talked about going and never went, but a friend asked me to go with her, so I went along with her, and we checked it out. So it was kind of amazing just to see how many people were in line, because we were about number 210 and 211. It started at 7 a.m. and we got there just a couple minutes before 7 a.m. and when we got to the line, and the line went really fast, like they had it worked out really well. So we were like 210, 211. But it was really kind of cool to see all the different ages of people interested in like the warehouse sale, which means like people are interested in those types of crafts yet. So that was really nice to see. I guess I would say the big thing was like yarn. They had all different kinds of yarn and threads for like crocheting and knitting. And so if you were a crocheter or knitter, like I would like make a plan for the year and of what I was gonna make, and like have a list of the stuff that I was looking for, and like shop it at their warehouse sale, because they just had a ton of yarn. Oh, they had latch hook rug kits and wall hanging kits too. So just a variety of crafty things for people, and it is a mail order thing, so anybody can order from it. I mean, it's kind of hard to, if you're not close, to go to the sale unless you travel special for the sale, but it was just nice. We were there maybe an hour, and the checkout line was pretty long too, but that went really fast. Like they had it all figured out. They have it all figured out. They've been doing that for years. They've been around since I was a little kid at least. I remember my grandmother getting the Hirschner catalog and then looking at the patterns of the finished items in there, and then figuring out the pattern herself and making whatever it was that was in there. Usually Afghans she crocheted. And they did have finished samples too for sale. I'm guessing it was stuff that they probably used for the photographs for their catalog. But I'm guessing you can probably go right online and type in Hirschner's, and you could probably shop that way if that's something you're interested in. But it was just kind of fun to actually go and check it out once, because talked about doing it for years and never did it. So I can say I've done that, I guess. They have little counted cross-stitch kits and big kits, and just all kinds of little different things. Alright, so we're back around to our last white stripe here. I've ordered from them before, yep. We used to get my mom does the stamped cross stitch baby quilts. So they have those kind of things too, and tablecloths and runners and pillowcases and tree skirts, and they just have a big variety of stuff.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Alright, so we're just filling out our white here. They have towels and calendars and just all kinds of neat stuff. It was kind of like a Black Friday line, actually. I was kind of surprised at how many people were actually still interested in those kinds of crafts yet, which is a good thing. Oh, they had fabric. They had fabric too, so like they have some quilting stuff as well. So if you're a quilter, like they have that kind of stuff too. I think the puzzles, they had lots of puzzles. Puzzles were the best deal. I got a couple of those for Christmas presents. And they had like different ones. There was like three, like a picture one that was like three different pieces. I forget what they called it, a trioptic thing or something. And I don't know that they had three-dimensional ones, but they had different shaped ones with the outside edges were not like, it's not square or rectangular. They were more like the one I think was like a bird shape. But I've heard those are really hard to do. Alright, so now we're going to just come back and put another coat of, I would be in serious trouble with the fabric. Yeah, it was more of quilting fabric than anything, so I didn't look at it a whole lot. Because we had some other places we wanted to get to as well yesterday. And I'm like really don't have time for quilting anyway, so... But the prices started at $2.99, which I think that's pretty cheap for fabric today. Fabric has gotten really expensive, like at Joann Fabrics and that. We're just putting on another layer of our white so we don't see our gray through it. And then from there we went to some stained glass stores and did a little window shopping and just looking at what they all have and bought a few things for the classroom. So it was kind of a long day. We left at 5:45 in the morning, and I think we got home like at around 7-ish. 7:30, I'm not sure the exact time. But it was, even though it was a long day, it didn't seem like a long day because we were just doing stuff that we enjoyed and taking our time and checking things out. Each little shop had its own little uniqueness about it, so that was kind of fun to see the differences in the shops. From the products to the classes to how they're set up. So we just kind of made a big loop and made our way back home. Alright, so we're going to get another coat on the next guy. Keep losing the comments. I also am a quilter. Quilting cotton is generally around $10 a yard. Yeah, I know fabric has really gotten expensive. I think when I was like in high school learning, like it was like $1.29, $1.39 a yard, and I don't think you find it like that anymore. It's fun just to collect fabric too, but I'm collecting molds now, so I can't collect fabric too. So we're just putting our white over our gray. Let's get in the nice white stripes. Using a flat nylon brush. You could use a round if you wanted. was actually happy to have the kiln going today because it was only like 55 degrees this morning, so it was pretty cool in the garage. So it's kind of nice to have the kiln going and warming it up out there. Poured molds and made slip and logged a couple pages of molds into the computer to make them easier to find. And I still have about four rows to actually get onto paper so that I can get them into the computer. I've been trying to find the corn candy molds. I don't know where the heck I stuck them, but I've spent quite a bit of time looking for them buggers because I have an order for them and I can't find them, and they should be easy to find because there's 6 of each one, so I don't know why they're being so hard to find. They must be undercover for Halloween. Alright, so we can go to our big one now and get a coat on him. On our white again. I like to rest my hand on my piece when possible. That way it helps you have kind of straighter lines. And then just brush it out. And sometimes you can't rest it because you'll have it in wet paint. My irises are blooming and they're looking pretty good. Some of them are blooming. They're probably 3 years old, but they're blooming for the first time, so it's kind of fun to check them out once in a while. So these guys should be pretty easy for you guys. Like, it's just painting them, kind of like coloring it in the coloring book. Then they're sealed, and brush on the brush-on sealer, and kind of do little areas at a time to do your glitter. And you should have plenty of glitter. Oh, I have my neighbor across the road, the young boy, got drums apparently for the summer, so that's been an interesting week already. I think he probably needs to get himself some lessons, though. So we've always had kind of an elderly neighborhood, so it's always been pretty quiet. So it's a little different to have drums banging around at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm guessing he's probably like 12 years old. He's not a real old fella, kind of a young fella, but I guess everyone's dream to be a rock star in the rock star band, right? Be the star in the rock band. I haven't seen Courtney's kitties in for a while, so I don't know what they've been up to or how much they've grown. I know she has a garden with tomatoes and peppers and herbs, and a bunch of her stuff actually got froze here on what was it, Sunday night? She messaged me on Monday that all her stuff was all wilted and looking like it got froze. So she wasn't real happy. Usually our last frost date is, for us, is like Memorial Weekend, and but we can get frost after that. I think we've even had snow after that already, so you just never know here. I know I told her not to pull them out to wait, and they would probably perk up, most of them. I'll have to check with her and see how they're doing. Alright, so we're just getting our white on. Trying to be careful not to make too much of a mess. We'll probably need, looks like we'll need another layer. We'll probably switch to our red so we can get a layer of that on, and then the white can dry. Their hats are easy to make, but they do take just a little bit of time, just because we got all these stripes to do, and that just takes a little bit of time. But it's not a hard project at all. So anyone got plans for Father's Day weekend? I believe it's Father's Day weekend coming up. See, anybody got plans? Looks like no one's got plans. I did get a different phone for the classroom to try to have internet, but it really isn't working too much better than my current phone, so I'm not sure that was. They said that the internet worked out there, but it's pretty much a hit or miss thing yet. Alright, so we're going to put this guy down. Not on a whole lot. Ended up on crutches today. Oh no, that's not good. Looks like someone's taking hubby out for dinner, Janet. I think I'll be going to my parents, and we're having food for my dad, so that'll be what I'll be doing. He's 81, so we did for Mother's Day, so that's what we're doing for Father's Day. I have to make tuna salad and probably take some chips and dip. Alright, we have our Real Red OS 483. Real Red OS 483. Giving that a good shake. Put us out a little puddle. And I washed my brush out, and now we're just going to switch to the red. And we're just going to butt it up to the white. So normally I use the rust, but because of the white I used the ash to help that white cover. And so I'm just going to be real careful and butt up to my white. Again, I'm drawing that brush towards me. That always makes it easier. Resting my hand on the hat. And then brushing that paint out. And then I want to come around the top a little bit, just because that's where that little groove is. And we'll just work our way around. We'll probably get done early with these guys, so if you guys think of something you want me to demonstrate or paint for you, you guys can post that, because I'm pretty sure we'll finish at least one class early, if not two, or maybe a class and a half. that Clay Magic holly tree. It's really beautiful. I really like that. I have one of those poured, the new one. He's really pretty. It's like 17 inches tall on its base, so it's really a nice big tree. I believe I put him in the July album too. I'm just trying to take my time and be real careful with my red so I don't have to touch up my white a whole lot. And I'm just drawing the brush towards me, going along that edge, and then brushing it out. I think we're supposed to be back in the 80s next week, so our temperature is going to go back up. And I probably have to get in my pond and get those railroad ties situated. And back in place. You can see the gray really helps the red cover good too, just like when we use our rust. So if you don't have rust in a pinch, you can always use a gray or a brown. A brown will work good too. It just kind of tones down that white bisque so that the red covers better. That's all it's doing. Judy says Judy's here. Hi to Judy. Cindy says it's so nice to just paint a piece and not dry brush. Something different. Well, good. That's good. That's what I was thinking too. Like, it's good to not have to dry brush. I think with our July box, we're going to do a color wash on our snowman, our snow angel. And then I'm still thinking on what to do on his body, on his belly, I guess we should say. So I'll need to get that figured out shortly because it's already the 15th of the month, so I need to get him painted and get the sample for you guys posted in the paint list, because it'll be the end of the month before we know it again. I think we've figured out a way to add a few more shelves at the classroom, so we'll probably be working on that in the next month. Oh, then we have our Fashion Hues retreat coming up in August. The special price ends June 20th or June 21st. On the first day of summer, that's when it ends. It's $4.99 for the Monday through Friday for the class. It's for 5 pieces of bisque and learning how to use all the Fashion Hues paints. So it's an actual certification and not just a class on doing a piece. I'm still waiting to hear back from a couple of you that haven't paid or anything yet by the 21st, so there may or may not be a couple openings. And then I do have a bunch of we got special stuff, ladies here helping me plan some special things for that. So on the last day, we will be coming to my house. Well, actually, I'm hoping to be done by noon on that Friday, and then we can come to have a storage unit tour, and then a tour of the garage, my garage where my pouring stuff is, and then kind of a Wisconsin tailgate party cookout to send you guys back home. So that's kind of what we'll be working on here shortly to get that finished up. Alright, so we have one coat of our red on one of them, and then we're going to go to our other one. So if anyone has any questions about that, oh, Paula, thank you. I'm glad to know that, so thank you. I will put her down as green, a green then instead of a yellow, so good. So I guess I will not, let me see, what is the ceramic class that week? Let's see, do you already show the pieces for the July box? I did not, Paula. I only, it's posted as a sneak peek in the group because I don't have it painted yet. And then we will still have class Thursday, the week of the retreat, as far as I know. I think we should be able to have class. If we don't have it Thursday that week, then I'll make it up with you guys. Sometime we'll, like, you won't get cheated on a class. So, but it is the whole week from July, or not July, June, not June either. Oh my goodness, August 21st through the 25th. And then I will be able to be certified, and so then I will start carrying the Fashion Hues paint too. So that was why I wanted to have a certification and not just any old classes. So we'll get to talk about that after that all happens. Let's see. I don't know if anyone's coming from Texas, Lynn. I think I have, I think there's 2 from Ohio, a couple from Wisconsin. Oh, I'm kind of drawing a blank where everyone's coming from right now. But we should be a great time with lots of fun and lots of education. We'll have you'll be able to do the class fusing with me at night after class if you want to, so that you don't have to just sit in the hotel and be bored. And then sister and I are coming from Oklahoma. Okay, Oklahoma, yeah. Oh, Oklahoma, yeah. Terry from Oklahoma. Oh, yeah, 3 of you guys from Oklahoma then. So if anyone is interested yet, you can message me. I'll see where my last couple that need to pay yet, if we'll be full or not. But we're putting our real red on our hat stripes here. And you could have done blue and white stripes. You could do a red band and white stars. Like, you guys can change these little hats up any way you want. I just kind of went with the typical red and white flag stripes and then the blue background with the white stars. We'll have goodie bags for you guys at the retreat as well. And I know Sherry has working on stuff for you guys too. You won't need to bring brushes or anything, like all that will be that's included in your class. If anyone wants like particular bisque or something, you want to order that ahead of time so you can take it back with you, you can just message me and let me know about that. Let me see. The rooms seem to be scarce. Oh, huh. 2 beds anyway. Oh, come on. What's this thing doing? I'm going to have to check and see I'm going to look at the Chamber of Commerce and see what's going on, because it's kind of unusual. Although, like, we are kind of a touristy town, but I would think there should be stuff. I did post in the like the group for you guys that are coming in the Fashion News group, like the Chamber of Commerce, and then like Shawano or Clintonville, either city will work because they're both about the same. They're really just the same, about the same mileage from the classroom. The classroom's kind of in between both of them. And there are two hotels in Clintonville as well, the Landmark and then the Cobblestone Inn, I think it is. And then we probably have lots of Airbnb or what are all of that kind of stuff here too, because it is like a kind of a vacation area. Shawano, because we have like Shawano Lake is a huge fishing lake. People travel from all over to come fishing here, I guess. So we're kind of
One option I see is the real shot on East Calumet Street in Appleton, about 38 miles to your south, and it gets 5 stars on Yelp. Want to try that one?
So the virtual assistant kicked in here again, and I don't listen to what she said because that's too far away.
I'm not sure I understand.
So we'll have to get rid of her. I'm not sure how to do that. The Cloverleaf Lakes area, that's another area that it's between Clintonville. It's a little bit, it's not really between Clintonville and Shawano, but it's kind of the, it is between Clintonville and Shawano, but it's like a different direction from the classroom, but it would be another area you could stay at. There could be like little Airbnb things out there too at the several lakes. There's like 3 lakes out there, and I know there's Airbnb things there too, so that's another area you could check. But I don't know, I think a lot of those people, like they rent it and then they rent the next year before, as soon as they leave, so that they have a spot. I actually wanted to do our retreat in September, but Sherry couldn't. She wanted to do it in August because she's here for the ceramic show in Wisconsin, so that's why we're having it in August. September I think would have been better, but we'll work it out. For some reason my screen went black over here. Let me see. My husband and I booked an Airbnb. Okay. 2 queens on the first floor. Okay, that's good. Cobblestone Inn. Yeah, I think you'll like that place. Four Seasons does not have an elevator. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Okay. I'm in a really rural area, like Shawano's probably about 8,000 or 9,000 people, and then Clintonville, I'm guessing, is maybe like 5,000 people. And I had like Shawano was probably I just posted like Shawano as probably the better option, just because there's more, like there's grocery store and there's Walmart and there's more food places and all that than Clintonville has. But Clintonville's a nice little town too. Where Shawano's probably a little more touristy with few little shops and stuff, but I don't really think you guys are gonna have time for that anyway. Honestly. Sherry's got a lot of training to do with us. We got 5 big pieces to get done, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna be pretty busy. I do have a different air conditioner at the classroom, so August can get pretty hot here, but we should be comfortable. That was another reason why I wanted September, but I think we'll be okay. I'll have to go look on the chamber to see what's going on. I don't know if it's like the Green Bay Packers are having a game or something maybe, because people do travel here from Green Bay to stay, just to have a place to stay. We're like probably like 40 minutes from Green Bay. I didn't think you guys really wanted to have that much of a drive every day one way. All right, so we're just getting our red on, and we'll probably pick up. I won't finish the red because like these guys are the hats will be done in 3 times, and then we can do another project with you guys as a free class. Hopefully everyone got their boxes. Like I said, I didn't check shipping today. Didn't really think of it till I got on here, but I'll look once I get off. Make sure everybody's stuff's where it's supposed to be. Sometimes you just never know what the UPS and the USPS. So I'll just double check everyone. And I will get our snowman figured out, what I'm going to do with him. I don't think we want to do a crackle technique on him, but we could. Because we just did a crackle technique a little while ago. But I'll figure something out for him and something for his belly. I think you guys will really like his halo. It's going to be the silver star little tinsel garland. It's just nicer than the little hat, the halo that pours for it, because the halo that pours for it ends up with holes in it. So that just didn't work out. So we're just taking our time and getting our hat done and trying not to slop it up here too much so we have to keep touching it up. If you do get like red or white on the inside there, that's okay, because the black will cover that up really, really nice. I'm just trying to be really careful where the red and the white meet, because either one will take several coats to cover it back up if we get out of our lines. Let's see. Tulsa, okay. My husband booked an Airbnb. So we'll get our red stripes, and we'll have to do a couple coats probably yet next time. And we'll get to our band and our stars. And if you don't have a real steady hand, like the glitter will cover some of that up if you like have trouble with not having a steady hand. But like if you can lay like now my piece is laying on the table, and then I can rest my hand on like my little finger here on my hat, and then draw my brush towards me. That kind of helps to make your brush more stable. Terry, if you're Terry-Ann, if your husband's a fisherman, you'll have to bring his fishing poles, because like we're a big fishing area for people. It's a big deal. Lots of different places where you can fish, different lakes, and actually the Wolf River too. Or if he's a Packer fan, you could go to Lambeau and check out the Lambeau stuff. Which is something I've actually never even done myself. A lot of times we live in an area and we don't even take advantage of all the kind of cool little things that are around that we could all do in our own little backyards when we're traveling on vacations to other places. And you kind of forget to take advantage of like what's in your back in your backyard. So Linda says she used a liner brush to outline each color. Yep, you can do that too. I tend to just use I kind of like the flat one, but you definitely can use the liner brush to do it too. Sometimes I will do that, but with these nice wide stripes, I kind of like the flat one, but definitely do whatever works for you. And if like a liner works better, definitely use a liner. You know, there's always more than one way to do just about everything that we do in ceramics. Just like anything else, really. And you have to do whatever way, you know, like works the best for you. I mean, you could even lay a piece of tape, like the painter's tape. You could put the painter's tape on here, and if that would help you. You just want to make sure you don't get it too wet with paint so that it like seeps underneath it. And then you have jagged lines, but you could even put like the painter's tape on there if you're having trouble with straight lines. And then I just like to brush it out so we don't have those ridges in there. And I hear my cat, he just got up to eat for the night here. He's been really being a lazy bugger. I didn't get Courtney's cat bed finished. I was making her that cat couch. I think you guys might remember that from February, and I only have like 2 hours worth of work to devote to it, and then it'll be ready to sew together, but I haven't even had time to do that for her. So maybe one of these days I'll take a day off and try to get her cat couch done for her cats before they were kittens, and they'll be cats before I know it if I don't get going on it. All right, so it looks like we're at 8:30. I'm actually going to finish this last stripe because then I use my quilter's tape. It's not as sticky. Okay, I didn't know there was like a quilter's tape. We'll have to take a look at that once. So it's actually like a tape with stickiness on it, the quilter's tape. That would be good if it's not as sticky. We'll have to check into that. Maybe we'll have a new tip for everyone. So I will finish up this stripe here because then they'll all have one coat on them, and then next week we can do our second or third coat, whatever it takes. We'll probably have to touch up a little bit, and then we'll move on to our navy and our stars. So the hats aren't hard, they're just a little putsy. Yes, we use it for machine embroidery. Okay, I will have to I'll check into that, Terry Ann. Thank you. Do you find it like just in the sewing department, like at Joann Fabrics? I'll have to maybe ask one of my quilter friends that's here. Let's see what she knows about the painters or the quilting tape. All right, so we have all of our little red stripes have one coat of red on them, so we will let that dry, and then next week we will get some more coats on them, but they're starting to look like Uncle Sam hats for sure. I'm going to wash this brush out, and then I like to pat it dry. All right, so they got a good start on them. I get mine at the quilting shop. Okay. So we have our 2 little hats, and we will be antiquing one. I will show you guys how to antique. So like, I don't know how well you can see it, but the hat with the glitter on it in my right hand, the white is really white and bright. And then the one in the left hand, the white is not as bright. So that one has the antique on it that the Donna's Hughes Antique that was in your May box with your raccoon. So we will do that at the end with one of the hats so you guys can see how to use this stuff. It's not oil-based like the old translucents were, so it's a lot easier to use. And then I do carry, I think there's 8 colors, and I do have all 8 colors if you guys ever want those. But there is a difference. It kind of dulls it a little bit and makes it not so bright and new and shiny looking. And it comes in a couple shades of brown, I think some gray, a blue, and a white. But we will also antique with this box. So here is our other finished guys with the glitter, and lots of glitter all over the place. So if you guys have any questions, as always, just message me and I'll help you as much as I can. And I'm definitely going to check out that quilting tape because that sounds like a good product to have. And I will try to get our Snow Angel painted before next Thursday. I don't think I have any more road trips planned, so that should be good. Just needed a couple days or a day away here to take the day off yesterday, and then Friday I went and got our clay magic molds and stopped at the glass shop down there. So that was kind of fun. I did put stuff again in our albums, our July and September album, if you guys want to look at those. It'll just help as far as that, especially with those marshmallow ghost trees, so that I get enough of those poured for you guys. Joanne's has it. Okay, thank you, Lena. I will check that out. Let's see what else. No invoices because we just got our boxes. I think that's about it, you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed your Uncle Sam hats, and hopefully you will like our Snow Angel for next month. And I'm going to come up with something for her yet when I get it painted, and we'll be looking forward to that picture. And I'll probably get a few more things in our July album. Not sure what yet, but we'll pull a few things yet and get Mrs. Santa Claus in there too. And you'll probably see pictures of things that I'm up to between now and next week because I usually get into something. So otherwise, I guess you guys enjoy your summer, your Father's Day weekend if you get to celebrate with your father. And message me if you need anything, and thanks for joining me tonight, and we will see you guys next Thursday night at 7 p.m. again. Thank you, everyone. Good night.